exactly the shape of a powder puff.
A powder puff?
Or maybe tall, like a lipstick.
Lipstick?
He's barely holding it together. That look, he was barely holding it together. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, and today we are continuing with the Great Brady Bunch. Really liked the last couple episodes here with Father of the Year and the. I'm just gonna call it the collecting stamps episode because I don't remember the title. It was like 50 and 32 or something like that. Just kind of a weird title. Um, I really like the lesson in episode 15 um, overall. And I, I, I mean, I really like the overall lesson in episode 15 about just collecting stuff and learning to share and that sort of stuff. But as far as the means in which they used to show it, um, could have been a little bit different, but overall a good episode. Both of those. Today we are getting into episode 16 and 18 of the Brady Bunch. The reason why we're skipping episode 17 is because, again, it is out there, but it's not on a website that I trust. Um, and basically, what it has to do with is Greg um, has trouble studying math, and it's due to his math teacher because um, his math teacher is so beautiful that it makes him hard to concentrate on actually learning how to do math. And we've all been there. We've had a teacher that we thought was attractive, and uh, was made it hard to learn the subject uh, when you're so enamored with the actual teacher teaching it. It reminds me of that episode of That's a Raven where Corey has a problem um, with learning how to do math. It's the same subject, but it's due to the fact that he's in love with his math teacher. So same thing here, just different time, different ways of executing it and presenting it. Um, but it reminds me of that in that That's a Raven episode. They I'll never forget this line. What his dad says when he finds out, and he says, "Daddy." He basically mimics Corey and says, "Daddy, I'm dumb," because Corey in the show That's a Raven is very, very smart, and he does their taxes every year. But it was just the fact that he was in love with his teacher that that he couldn't concentrate. Uh, that's what I remember from That's a Raven episode, and especially that line of "Daddy, I'm dumb." Uh, just made me think of that when I read the basically what the title is. It's called The Undergraduate. Reminds me again of The Graduate. I actually do have The Graduate up on my channel. You guys can go ahead and watch it. And if I remember, I will go ahead and put a link down in the description to The Graduate. I did it many, many years ago. It's been like 2 or 3 years probably now since I've done it. Since I've been putting up reactions on YouTube. But if I remember, I'll link it down in the description below, and I'll even put a card up in the right-hand corner if I remember to do it when I'm editing. But that's what I know. The resolution is basically the math teacher is dating an LA Dodgers player, and basically, if Greg gets an A for the semester, I would imagine, then he basically gets 2 Dodgers tickets for the upcoming season. So that's kind of interesting. I wish that if I had a crush on a teacher and they were dating somebody famous, that the significant other would give me 2 tickets to a baseball game, namely the Cardinals, because I am a Cardinals fan. But I digress. Let's go ahead and just get into episodes 16 and 18 of the Brady Bunch.
What are you looking for?
The astrology forecast.
Astrology?
Well, Martha swears by it. She calls me up every morning to see if I'm following what it says.
I'm gonna flash for you. Your friend Martha's a fruitcake.
Agreed. Beware of purchases tomorrow. Don't buy anything at all.
Now that's the kind of astrology that makes sense.
So this is about horoscopes and just kind of your sign.
A strange woman will soon come into your life.
How about that?
I can hardly wait till tomorrow. Good night, honey.
She's worried.
Greg's blue jeans. See-through jeans.
What happened to those?
I think I'll take the kids shopping for some new clothes tomorrow.
Well, you better make that today, Mrs. Brady. Tomorrow the boys are going on that all-day fishing trip with Mr. Brady. You're taking the girls horseback riding.
I could take them after school today. And my chart said, don't buy anything today.
Isn't that silly? A grown woman believing in that astrology nonsense. Oh, mine said today was great for social activities. That's dirty pool.
Yeah, it is dirty pool. Come think of it.
2 o'clock and all's well, and no strange women have come into my life yet.
Well, if they do, will you please inform me immediately?
The moment one walks in, you'll be the first to know.
Mr. Brady?
Honey, I'll call you back. A client just walked in.
All right, dear, but
Kind of sucks for her because she feels like, the connection is not as strong in this episode so far. Or reasons to be concerned.
You are going to design my new factory, and it will...
A factory?
Please, not to interrupt. That's not nice.
I thought that you were done with that sentence.
For the Bibi Kalini Cosmetics Company. You are talented, no?
Well, yes,
Good. And I give you complete freedom. Design. Anything you want. There's only one thing that I ask is that it should be pink.
That it should be pink.
Pink factory.
Baby pink. And that is what I call my cosmetics. Because I am pink. You see the pink?
Yes.
Create whatever you wish.
But make it pink.
Make it pink.
I will see you soon, no?
No. Yes.
I don't know. There's a lot of emotions running around right now in his head.
so when Alice asked me if she could leave early so she could go to the movies with her boyfriend Sam, how could I refuse?
Alice has a boyfriend?
Well, you have a soft heart. Lips to match.
My goodness. Aren't we affectionate tonight?
Well, not just tonight. Every night. Because I love you, darling. I got this new client today, and I have to design a factory. And it's sort of a special factory, and it just takes a lot of thought.
It's gotta be Pink Factory.
Eccentric?
Yeah.
Could you say, strange?
Yeah, you can sure say strange, all right.
Aha, then a strange woman did enter your life today.
Oh, that astrology nonsense?
Yeah, that astrology nonsense.
It's Bibi Galini.
Baby Galini, is she the strange woman who came into your life?
She didn't come into my life. She came into my office, that's all.
That's enough.
That's enough.
I think that's plenty of food, Mr. Brady. It makes me awful seasick.
Isn't it funny how some people get seasick and some people don't? It's someone who calls me darling and wants to speak to you.
I was going fishing today, and Yes, I know you have a contract with my firm, but all right. Yeah, no, all right, I'll be there.
Mike has to be salary, right? Instead of hourly?
She's got some new ideas for her factory. Hey, maybe Alice could go.
She can't. She gets seasick.
That means swapping the roles with Alice.
You're an angel, you know that? I thought you...
Yeah, I know what you thought. You thought I was going to be jealous, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Just because she's rich and famous and beautiful, and I must be some kind of a nut.
You're a wonderful kind of nut, you know that?
A wonderful kind of nut. I wish the shirts that the kids are wearing, I wish those were back in fashion. I really do, because I really like the plaid shirts.
I like him. I ride him all the time.
Well, I'm never going to ride him again. Not after the way he threw me. Rotten horse.
Reminds me of the 90s and early 2000s.
Next time we go riding, we're going to go to a different place. There's one on Riverside Avenue right next to Maple Street.
That's a merry-go-round.
You'd better believe it.
So it didn't go well. For Alice, that is.
Boys, you're rocking the boat. Stop weaving. No, I got seasick and sunburned, and then I got caught on somebody else's line, and then I fell into a pile of fish. Hi, honey.
You still up, sweetheart?
Couldn't fall asleep.
What's funny?
I smell fish.
Well, I can't help it.
Yeah, well, you can smell pink, too. BB gave me some samples.
Samples of what?
Her cosmetics. Her apartment's full of them.
Her apartment?
Yeah. She uses it as an office. She hates her factory, and she won't work in it, so that's why I'm designing a new factory. Why don't you use some of BB's cologne? There's a whole box of it over there.
I'd rather smell like fish.
I didn't know how she would take that last statement. I honestly didn't. I'm surprised he said it.
Oh, excuse me.
Michael, darling, my sketches. I am dying to see your sketches.
You know, for a minute there, I kind of thought I was in the wrong office.
Oh, no. I give you, how you say, cooperation. Oh, yes, the charity. When I appeared, I wanted the orchestra should play something pink.
Sure, I've got some pink for you. I forget one of her songs, but I'll think of it in the when I'm editing the video. The only one I can think of is I Feel Like a Pill or something like that.
A factory has to be functional.
Functional? Oh, that is one thing that BB does not want to be. Functional.
Naturally, a building has to express the personality of its owner, but...
Exactly what I'm saying.
It has to express personality and provide function for your workers.
Make the factory the shape of a powder puff.
Powder puff?
Or maybe tall, like a lipstick.
Oh, lipstick?
He's barely holding it together. That look, he was barely holding it together.
No, darling, fluffier. It has to be fluffier.
Fluffy factory.
I can't make my airplane fly straight. Is Dad home yet?
No, dear, he's working late.
We don't hardly ever get to see him anymore.
Designing a factory where they make perfume, powder, and lipstick.
Who needs all that junk anyway? Us women, that's who.
Could say something there, but I'm not going to. Maybe in the post thoughts.
It's time for bed. Bed? Bed.
At 8:30?
Well, you've been staying up too late.
Yeah, she's just mad because Mike is working a lot and she's working with he's working with the beautiful, attractive woman, which Miss Brady still is. But she does feel a little bit threatened.
Changes, more interruptions. I tell you, if that factory didn't mean so much to my company.
What good is the money if you have to work all the time? And you can't keep working day and night.
That's my job. What about the kids' education? What about providing for their future?
What about us today? Tomorrow it's Saturday and...
Oh, honey, listen. BB has to go to some charity thing, and I'll make it up to the kids and to you. I'll do everything I promised you.
Thanks, Dad. I'll bet it really go great now.
Hello, Michael, darling.
I'm very happy to know you.
Of course.
Just the arrogance.
Is this your guest house?
Yeah, this is our 9-room guest house.
A vision came to me.
You've changed your mind about the powder puff? Compact?
The top floor opens up. There has never been another factory like it.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's impossible.
I wonder what they mean by open up in this time. I'm just a little bit.
A factory like that will make you famous. Everyone will talk about you.
Oh, they'll talk about me, all right. Look, BB, the whole project is impossible from an engineering standpoint. The leverage, the stress.
Now, darling, you will start work on the new design at once.
Bang, bang, you're all wet. I'll get you wetter. Sorry, lady. I was aiming at her. She cries black tears.
He didn't mean any harm.
Neither did Frankenstein. I'm sorry, Michael, but I'm afraid I have to get another architect. Goodbye. And goodbye to you, little woman.
Should make them happier.
What about your company? Well, haven't you lost the contract for them?
No, honey. That's the wrong way to look at it. I haven't lost him a contract. I've saved him a nervous breakdown.
Shouldn't Mike have help when designing the building and stuff like that as well? Not just him, the sole person to design the contract or design the building.
You will meet a tall, sexy brunette who will fall madly in love with you. How about that?
Oh, who believes that nonsense anyway? Oh, sexy brunette. It says this is a good time to adopt a pet.
That's something I would do. Say something that I read is wrong just to get a rise out of my girlfriend or wife if I had one or the other.
Come on, Tiger. Come on. Tiger. Tiger, come on. Come on, boy. Come on, Tiger.
Bobby, it's time to feed Tiger.
Okay. Now you stay here, Tiger. I'll be right back.
There's no greater bond between a boy and his dog.
Alice, we need some more dog food.
That dog eats more like a horse. One of these days, instead of barking, he's gonna whinny.
Or a Wayne.
Chat time, Tiger. Tiger. Come on out of there, Tiger. Tiger.
Did he leave the gate open? I mean, that's my first thought.
Greg and Peter and Marcia are checking the neighborhood, and I'm sure they're going to find Tiger.
What about is the dog chipped? Did they chip dogs in the 60s?
Mike, you better get going. You're going to be late for your golf game.
Ooh, yeah.
Mike's gonna sacrifice his golf game in order to find Tiger.
Would you play golf if I was missing?
No, Bobby, of course not. I am sure they're going to find that dog in the next 5 minutes.
You don't know that for real sure.
For real sure. I like that.
Yeah, Tiger's a member of the family.
And you've even had him longer than you've had me.
Yeah, that's true.
And how can you go play golf?
How old is Tiger? And yet, how old is Bobby? Ooh, I love that camera tilt right there.
And you said if we didn't find him, you put a lost and found ad in the paper.
Yeah, that's right. And with this pad and pen and the patio table, we're all ready to get to work. Come on.
So I'm gonna say no. They didn't chip dogs in the 60s.
Say the best dog in the world was lost today, and we want him back.
Well, that tells a lot about him, Bob, but maybe we ought to say what he looks like, too. Large, shaggy, tan dog with white muzzle. Wearing collar with name tag.
How much of a reward are you gonna offer?
Well, what do you think we should?
$1 million.
If we had $1 million.
And it's a little steep for me, too.
Well, Tiger's worth it.
25 for Tiger.
Well, okay.
I saved up $4 I'd like to add.
25's enough, Greg.
Really, Dad, I want to.
Money for Tiger, $2.14. I got $1.12.
$32.26, and that's a lot of money even for Tiger.
Yeah. But it's still not a million.
See you later, Dad.
But it's still not a million. Well,
You can put me down for 5, Mr. Brady.
Oh, Alice, you don't have to do that.
I want to.
That makes the total $37.
And 26 cents.
surprised the girls didn't say anything.
Now I can put in $3. How about you? All I have is $2. Cindy, can you lend me some? I can let you have 50 cents. And 50 cents is all I can do.
So $5.50.
Jan, Cindy, and I would like to add $5.50 to the reward money.
Would you change the amount of the reward, please, from $37.26 to $42.76?
You guys are really nice, considering you guys are girls.
How many times I've looked around this room at the muddy paw prints and the dog hairs and wish that Tiger belonged to somebody else. I miss him.
Oh, yeah. That walking lump of hair has an intangible something.
There was something I wanted to mention, and I haven't had a chance till now.
What's that?
But I hear there's been a rash of robberies in the neighborhood recently. The thieves might have lured Tiger away. Well, so they could take a whack at this house some night when we were all asleep.
Alice, you've been watching too many detective shows lately.
Yeah, that's a little bit far-fetched. I mean, it is, but it's a it's possibility, but it is rather far off. And I mean really far off.
What if Dad's wrong and Mom and Alice are right?
Let's get upstairs and figure out our next move. If there's gonna be a robbery here tonight, we better be ready.
Who is it? Who's here?
It's me, Bobby, Dad.
Didn't sound like him.
I wanted to be here if Tiger comes home. It's all right, isn't it?
Been robberies in the neighborhood. We can't let you sleep out here all alone.
I'm not afraid of burglars, Dad. Besides, they only steal things inside houses, not outside houses. I won't sleep a wink inside the house. Not a wink.
So much for that theory. Oh, they doing this because of the robber thing.
If anyone tries to get in, these strings will pull those cans down right on top of him. The racket will scare him to death. Well, who wants to steal lettuce and tomatoes?
I wonder where Alice does sleep, since she is a living maid.
Mike, Mike, are you asleep?
Not now.
It was a noise.
One of the kids?
No, it sounded more like a noise.
More like a noise.
If you hear it again, let me know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Downstairs to check the doors.
But you said you locked them.
I know. But if I don't check them, you won't be able to fall asleep.
Exactly.
I won't be able to fall asleep because you'll keep right on talking, right?
Exactly.
I think I saw someone moving in the kitchen. It must be the robber.
What do we do?
Why wouldn't you check the kids'? That is puzzling.
Someone's in there.
It's me, Alice.
Boys tried to booby-trap the house against robbers. They thought that would keep them out.
Or knock them out. From now on, when I go to my room, I stay in my room.
That's a wise thing.
Did anyone call about Tiger?
No, not yet,
Well,
sweetie.
it's early.
It would be too.
Tiger!
How could you tell?
I know how you feel, but not eating isn't going to bring Tiger back.
Right?
Hey, everyone, Steve saw a tiger. Steve saw a tiger. You sure it was Tiger, Steve? That was Steve Miller. He saw a tiger over by Plummer and Verdun.
I'll take the kids and their bicycles with me in the station wagon. We'll scout the area and see if we can find him, okay?
Good idea.
Come on.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but dogs can travel further than people think.
Well, Greg said he just saw Tiger over in Talmadge Place. He yelled, and Tiger stopped and looked around, but then he just took off again.
I saw him. He was heading toward Maple Avenue.
Marcia, get right over to Maple Park.
Peter found him? Where?
Oh, Tiger, we missed you.
I'm sure he's missed you, too.
Tiger, come on. Yeah, I missed you so much.
We live way away from here. I can't imagine why Tiger would go so far from home.
I think you'll understand in a minute. Follow me.
You mean Tiger?
I don't know if this makes us related or not. He's been here before.
Obviously.
Obviously.
You mean the puppies are tigers? Congratulations, Tiger. Tiger, you stay here. And this time, I mean it. You stay here. I'll be right back.
Well, lock the gate first.
Hey, don't give it all to him in one meal. Tiger will burst.
It isn't all for Tiger, Alice. He's a father dog now. He's got a wife and kids to feed over at Mrs. Simpson's.
Makes sense to me. 17 was very interesting to me. Just because 17 focused more on Carol and Mike's relationship and how they deal with this one issue that comes up through the episode, and it's all due to horoscopes. Now, I know some people really are into horoscopes, and some people really aren't into that sort of thing. I feel like it was, bigger back then than it is today, but that's just a personal feeling I have. So I really don't have any information on whether or not if it's any bigger today than it was back then, but it just feels like it was way bigger back then. In the episode, Mike gets the horoscope that he's going to meet a strange and eccentric woman, to kind of paraphrase it, eccentric. And it really is interesting because they tied that with just letting us know how close of a bond Carol and Mike have, and the discussion that they have about how each other is feeling about Mike's predicted horoscope, and just how they feel about this person in general, from her perspective and his perspective, which I thought was great character development, and shows the level of character that each of these characters have, not only for themselves but to each other as well. And that's what I really like about this episode, is it really shows you the bond that they have between the bond between those two characters. Also, I really liked the actress who played Miss Glennie, just because she did so well in playing that role that I really liked it. And the fact that she likes everything pink. And that brought back to mind the singer Pink for me, because in at least the early 2000s, that's where I know Pink from. And it just made me kind of nostalgic for that reason. I didn't listen to a whole lot of Pink back then, but I knew of her and some and that sort of thing. and knew a few songs here and there, but wasn't really that big into Pink. Anyway, when the opportunity came up to actually kind of put a Pink song in there, um, I found it very, very good, or very, very. I just thought it would be funny to do what I did in there. I really like that joke that I put in there, but that's kind of editing me. Um, but overall, really liked the episode. Um, I do have a few questions about how his worker would have responded, and if Mike's hourly or salary, that sort of stuff, and the fact that he just kind of let the contract go. If his the company that he works for would do that. The other thing too is if how Miss Glennie knew where he lived and how they got his phone number. I would understand, the employer having your contact information, but not the clients. For the client to show up at the house or can get the home phone number from, from anywhere, but basically for the client to have it, I find that kind of weird, but maybe it wasn't that weird in the 60s for a client to have the person's home phone number. But also, there is such a thing as personal time versus, during business hours and stuff like that as well. So I don't know what his schedule is or anything like that, but I feel like Miss Glennie may have crossed a few lines there between professional and personal. So I don't know how that necessarily works, but the overall design of the factory is another puzzling thing because eventually she came back with, I want to make it a powder puff, and I don't know what a powder puff is. What I'm thinking of is, if you put like maybe powder on or blush or something like that, there's like this big poopy thing that you kind of use, and so maybe it's something like that. So I know it's kind of roundish type thing. It's kind of like a thing that you would dip in powder and then put on your face or whatever, but I'm not entirely sure. Um, and so there's that. And then she comes back with, hey, I want to make a factory that basically has hinges on it. And I don't even think that's possible today, to be real honest with you, that you would be able to do that. Now, what I could see is possibly putting skylights in and doing it that way, because skylights are very popular. They're, something like that where you can see outside. So I really, like that idea. So maybe putting skylights in could satisfy Miss Gleanie's what's it called, sensation for having a hinged roof. Then we found out also in this episode that Alice has a boyfriend, which is very interesting to me. And later on in these Bachelor episodes, we also find out that Alice is a live-in housemaid, so it's very interesting. So there are a few. So I really like this episode, mainly for the development that it has between Mike and Carol, seeing how they deal with situations like that, for example. The other one is that we learn a couple things more about the characters as well, such as Alice having a boyfriend, and I wonder if they're going to use that either later this season or next season, since we're towards the end of the season now. That sort of thing. So, very, very interested to follow up on that. Um, there's, again, Mike the losing the contract at the end of the episode, but I wonder um, how his friends would respond, because we saw Mike's reaction and it's like, well, I saved them a headache, but I don't know if there would be any penalties for you because you lost the contract, and whether that means a demotion or if this looks bad on a performance review, how's this going to look? That type of thing. Um, so I know they're probably not going to continue a storyline with that mindset, but it would just be fun to kind of see if there would be any consequences, since he did lose the contract with Miss Galini. So also in here we saw that they're Mike and Carol are willing to talk about things, and even you know been about things and worried about him not spending enough time with the family, since he just got Miss Galini as well. So very interesting, and as far as just letting them know, hey, you've been working a lot, and we understand that, but there needs to be some type of family going on here. Some family time. Um, and then for Carol's part, I'm glad that she, understands and actually talks to Mike about the way that she's feeling, but also, um, she kind of disguises it beforehand with the kids about, going to bed early, but also telling Cindy the story of the little pink, of the pink wolf, and it just reminds her of Little Red Riding Hood, uh, that sort of thing. So I really did like the episode just because it made me laugh. It made the characters, Mike Brook, you know, I think uh, he was trying not to break. You could tell that he was breaking, but he also um, did not try to break character at the same time, because some of the lines were just so funny, and the smiles and kind of the laughter he gave was very, very funny. In this episode, at least the actor, almost broke a couple times. Uh, so there's that. There was one thing too when they were talking about what type of factory Mike was creating and for whom, and what that factory is for. I believe it was Bobby, I believe, said, what would I need that stuff for? And one of the girls goes, well, it's for us because we like to look beautiful and stuff like that. And the only thing I'll say to that is, that, natural beauty is definitely okay. We actually prefer that you guys not use a whole lot of makeup. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that too much, but we understand that it makes you feel good, and we're glad that you guys have it, but there's also just the thing as no makeup that we find just as beautiful, if not even more so. Uh, so natural beauty is more rather, we like that more uh, than doing hair, makeup, and that sort of thing. But hopefully, I won't get in too much trouble for saying that. You guys can come after me if you guys want to, but like I said, natural beauty is just more attractive, at least in my opinion. And that's just my opinion, guys. And that's just something So hopefully, don't read too much into that, but that's just the thing that I wanted to touch on there, and that's something that I said that I may or may not comment on, and that was kind of the reason why, because I'm not sure. Um, I hope that you guys are, uh, if you guys are still here, that's great, and I'm really happy that you guys watched till the end of the video. But but yeah, it's neither here nor there. I, as far as you guys watch until the end of the video, if you guys just watch the reaction, that's totally fine. But just in case you guys wanted more um, explanation on what I was going to say, there you guys go. Um, but overall, really liked episode 16 a lot. Um, more than I thought I would when I was watching it, because it just gave me a lot of creative ideas to throw in there for after the episode was over, to be honest. Uh, with the whole pink thing and kind of the jokes and stuff like that as well. Just really did. Um, the other, and then for episode 18, I like the episode, but we've already had a few with Tiger. Maybe, I know at least two, if not three now. And to be honest, I I like the episodes, but I kind of wish they would have done a different idea or a different theme for the episode. Like Tiger getting lost and finding Tiger and finding out that he's a father. I get that it's heartwarming and that that people love to see that type of stuff, but I don't know. It's just I just don't know. It's a good episode. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like there's something else that could be. Excuse me, there. Had to sneeze. Um. Anyway, with episode 18, uh, Tiger goes missing. Um, and we find out the reason why. We find out that um, Tiger is the father, and we basically go through um, finding Tiger and not finding him, and then also we find out that there's been a string of robberies in the neighborhood, um, that sort of thing, and so the kids booby trap the house, which is kind of a B, sort of a B storyline if you want to, if you ask me, um, but they had one quote in there that I thought was pretty funny, um, just because of lived experience, which is, um, that either they'll start in the kitchen or they don't start in the kitchen. And so I think it was they don't start in the kitchen. And so I put something along the lines of, well, it's better to start in the bathroom because that's where the toilet paper is. And that was just a reference to what happened with the pandemic and stuff like that. So, again, just because of lived experience and that's just something that I thought was pretty funny, but it's something that the writers, couldn't have known or wouldn't have known that would have happened, um, almost 60 years later. Uh, so it's just really, really funny to me to throw stuff like that in there because I had more fun editing um, these batch of these two batch of episodes than I did actually watching them, just because it gives me stuff to talk about and think about with you guys. And um, talk about, character development and stuff like that. But we more concretely found out, at least for me, that Alice does in fact live with the Bradys. And yes, she does have her own life because in the previous episode they mentioned that she has a boyfriend, um, which is interesting. Also, another interesting thing they brought up that I've often wondered about myself a little bit is some people do get motion sickness from being out there on the waves, and some people don't. I just find that very fascinating that some of us do and some of us don't. And it's always kind of interesting, a little bit of introspection there. Kind of very much into that at times, um, that sort of thing. So it's very interesting to say the very least to me. Um, you know, the if they, I could see this being part of an ongoing storyline if they wanted to expand it or, um, plot or something. But I just see this, just like the last episode, I just see these two not really connecting to anything further down the line in the season or in future episodes. Um, I just see them as episodic, that are own contained story and that sort of stuff. So that brings me to, um, and that's why I think these are all right. More so, episode 18 is good, but I think I don't think it really adds anything other than a good valuable lesson to it as far as you know just telling the age old story of a boy and his dog and what lengths you're willing to go to get the dog back. Um, Not that there was, you know, do or die stakes here, but um, and that sort of thing. But also, I don't know if the calculator I used for if the calculator I used for inflation is correct or not. So you guys will have to let me know down in the comments below if that is correct. But from what I calculated, it was like $370 was $42 back then. So it is a lot of money in comparison. So I'm just curious, and hopefully I did that correctly and didn't, because I used the website to do that, and I'm not sure if that was the correct website to use or not. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments below, but um yeah. So 16 I really, I I thought I really liked it more than I thought I would after giving it some time to think about it. And episode 18 is all right, but nothing really uh moves it forward, in, at least to me. So, but those are kind of my thoughts on the two episodes. Again, and I know I've said this for a while now, I really want them to focus on um, the middle children, Peter and I always get the girls confused, whether it's Jan or Marcia that's the middle child. I think it's Marcia that's the middle. But I just kind of want to see them have um, the A storyline for a bit, because I still don't feel like I'm introduced to Peter or whoever the middle child is for the girls. I know it's not Cindy. I keep getting them confused at the moment, um, but yeah, like I said, and I'll keep saying it until they actually do it. I would like to see I would like to see the Milton children get the A storyline for at least a couple episodes, since we keep going back and forth between um, Greg and the Cindy, Greg and Cindy, um, or Bobby. So we keep going back from the oldest to the youngest of the children. Although in episode um, 16, we we focused on uh, the parents, which I really like those episodes because it just makes me think about the relationships and stuff like that, and the good foundation that they have, and to see that come through for the scenarios that do come up. But overall, um, really like this episode. As far as 17 goes, um, 17 we talked about in the intro, um, and 17 I just can't find anywhere that's safe online for me to watch it. But we discussed that it was, uh, that Greg has a crush on his math teacher, and the way that the way he gets Greg to focus again was spring in the boyfriend of the math teacher, because he's like a baseball player, I think, if I remember correctly from reading the description of the episode. That's what happened, guys. Um, but yeah, overall, a good episode. Good episodes. Really like the show. Um, and the, that's very good. I just realized something too, which is I did not expect for me to take an entire year almost to do the first season of the Brady Bunch, because I started back in January 2025, and it's taken me almost the entire year to get through this season, almost. Um, so we're in. Well, actually, the second. It's the second to last day of November when I'm recording this, but it'll be December when it gets released, like December 2nd, I want to say. Um, so, but anyway, I just wasn't planning it, but I definitely want to have the first season done before the end of the year. But anyway, guys, that's just my thoughts on the episodes. And kind of just where I think the show's at for me at the moment, and where I would like the show to go. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed these episodes, and really, um, episode 16 really made me think a lot. Had a lot more fun editing these two to, um, just on a personal note. But that's just me. Um, but let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you guys have any questions, either about the episodes or just in kind of general. Um, but like I said, the plan is to finish the season by the end of the year, um, and move on to season 2, just because I want to see other storylines, which I mentioned in previous videos as well. It's just been a while since I've been able to uh, sit down and record the outro for this. But without further ado, guys, if you do have any other questions or comments, you can leave them down below. I do read a majority of the comments. I don't always respond, but I do read your guys' feedback. So if there's, any other questions about the Brady Bunch or any other TV shows or movies you want me to check out, just let me know down in the comments below. Looking to be more active with you guys moving forward. With that, you guys just take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next one. Do consider commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next Brady Bunch episode. The next Brady Bunch episodes. So I'll see you guys there. Thank you again for watching, and thank you guys.